local attorney has filed a class action lawsuit that could lead to the recall of millions of vehicles. And NBC 10 consumer reporter Tracy Davidson is here now with the details on this. Tracy.
Don, the vehicles in question are Ford Windstars, models year 1999 through 2003. The lead plaintiffs in this case are a local family. They have a 2001 Windstar, and they have a story to share. To hear these parents tell it, this family is lucky to be standing here.
It felt to me like the car was going to break in half.
Katie Martin was driving the family's Ford Windstar loaded with the kids, but she was afraid of what was happening.
So we decided to switch the kids out of the car and meet here at house.
Good thing they did, according to Aaron, who drove the car to the garage. He says luckily he was only going about 20 miles an hour.
I heard a sound which just all of a sudden was a rumble, and then a sudden sort of loss of control of the vehicle. I could still steer a little bit, but something was definitely wrong with it, and I was able to just pull it off into a parking lot and then looked at it and saw that the rear axle was just cut in half.
The Martins' mechanic, Hal Lewis, says what happened to their Windstar is not an isolated incident. He has several pictures from other mechanics of the rear axle cracking in the same place on other Windstars, model years 1999 through 2003.
Water intrudes right here, water and road salt, and it has nowhere to go, and this rusts through all the way till it finally creates a crack.
The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration confirms for me that 234 complaints have been filed with the government alleging axle failure on these vans.
What worries me the most, Tracy, is this sharp piece of metal is 12 inches away from the gas tank.
Lewis received another Windstar in for repair. This axle looks as good as new, but Hal says
that's what the inside of this looks like. Just nothing but rust scale. Pretty frightening.
Ford, they need to take responsibility for this. If the kids had been in the car when this happened and we were going 55 miles an hour, I don't know if any of us would have been here today.
We're thankful that we're all here and that we were protected.
Now, that class action lawsuit was filed in Philadelphia just this week on behalf of Windstar owners against Ford, alleging a defective rear axle in these cars. Now, here's what Ford told us. We have not been served with the lawsuit, so we cannot comment because it would be premature or inappropriate to do so. With regard to NHTSA, we are aware of the complaints and are cooperating fully with the investigation, as we always do. Now, of the 234 complaints filed, only 2 involved accidents. No injuries were reported, but you heard Aaron Martin said he really feared if he had been going faster, he did lose control, was able to pull off. He doesn't know what would have happened.
Pretty scary.
So we'll keep you posted, sure.
Yeah, I was impressed that mechanic also has a TV where he could look right inside there and get the results of what the rust is.
Exactly.
That's impressive.
Well, that's what he's saying is causing all of this. It's the design.
Wow.
Okay.
All right. Thanks,
See what
Tracy.
happens. Thank you, Tracy.